I am the costume designer for Summit Players, and today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what I do as a costume designer for Summit Players and how we deal with Summit's specific challenges when it comes to costumes. So, as a costume designer, what I do is I read through the script and break up all the different characters, and then I do a bunch of research about what clothes looked like during that time, what different kinds of people wore, and then for Summit, I then have to break all that down into the most simple version of all those clothes, because clothes back then were super complicated, but we have 6 actors playing all those characters and changing really fast, so they have to be simple and easy to change in and out of, and while still showing the period and showing each character's personality. So once I have done all my research and figured out what costumes I want to use, I pull costumes from Marquette's Costume Storage. Actually, they are super great in letting us borrow stuff. So I pull things that already exist, or I buy fabric and patterns and I build things from scratch for different characters. And I also have to measure all the actors so that I can make those costumes to fit them and alter costumes that we pull out of storage. So that's a little bit about my process and how that goes. So then I want to talk about the specific challenges that Summit faces in terms of costumes. So as I said, there's 6 actors playing a bunch of characters, so that's obviously a challenge that we face. And they're also outside in the heat and the cold and the rain, so the costumes have to be durable, something that can withstand being thrown in the dirt if the actor has to get around for a change really quick, and they have to be able to get wet or be out baking in the sun all day and get drenched in sweat also because those actors are working really hard running around to get to their next entrance. When it comes to those challenges, I have to make sure that we use fabrics like, I use a lot of cotton or things like that, natural fabrics, but also sometimes I will use polyester and things because they don't wrinkle as much, because that's a serious problem, because you probably see in our trunk that we pack most of the stuff into, and so then they get all wrinkly, and it's not like we can iron the clothes once we're out in the woods. So those are why I choose those kinds of fabrics. Because we have 6 actors playing all the roles and they have to change really quick, there's some special tricks that I use with the costumes to make it easy for the actors to change. And one of those tricks is Velcro. Peels off super fast. I don't love using Velcro because, as you just heard, it makes a lot of noise. And so if they're having to change on stage, or even if they're right behind the drop, then you can hear that and it's really annoying. So sometimes I'll use snaps instead, but that is my favorite trick for quick changes, things that can get torn on and off really easy. My other trick, this one uses magnets, so you can't see them. And the reason that I chose to use magnets with this one is because we had an actor who played Tybalt and also Paris. And to make it so that there were less pieces to be dealing with all the time, I made it reversible. So that actor could leave as Tybalt, go off stage, pull it off really fast, turn it inside out, and suddenly he's Paris. So that was great because it was one less thing to worry about tracking to a different location, so that we didn't have to worry about, oh, well, he's exiting here as Paris, but later he comes on over here as Paris. It doesn't matter because he was taking his doublet with him. So that was my favorite, was the magnets. It worked really well. So here is an example of a female's costume as opposed to the doublets for the males. And with the female's costume, sometimes it can be hard because, you know, we want to create that silhouette that they had. But I can't make a full dress most of the time because of the quick changes. So this was a really nice way. It's basically just like one big piece that's open completely at the sides, and it's got this little belt that wraps around. And to show the silhouette from that time, the back, the belt doesn't go over the back, it's loose, which is what the silhouette during that time would have looked like. And so it's still really easy to get in and out of because she can just undo the Velcro and duck out of it. But you have this beautiful, like, this beautiful silhouette of a dress that would have been worn during that time. So that's something really great for female looks. That's how I kind of tackle that. And then my favorite thing to use in Summit all the time is hats, because they're so quick and easy, and a lot of times, because we're out in the woods and everything, you can really only see from here up. So a hat is something that everyone can see, and it's super easy for an actor to throw one behind their back while they put another one on. And just making them out of 2 different fabrics in 2 different colors can line them up with a different house or a different family or whatever. And it really helps, I think, the actors personify the character. Hats, for some reason, just bring out this whole other like side of actors. Like, they love having hats, and they really like help the actors get into the character, especially when it's a funny looking hat, which I don't have one today. I just have these little Renaissance style hats. But the funnier the hat, the more fun the actor has, and it's great. It's always fun to watch them, you know, fill in these really funny hats. So that's a really quick rundown of what I do as a costume designer for Summit. I could go on and on and on for hours about the history of costumes, of like the different styles, and how I make every little decision, but that's just a little taste about what I do. So thanks, I had a lot of fun talking to y'all today.